Okay, I'm on another trail. I have Oink this time. Oinky. You're wondering why his name is Oink? He was born with a lot of pink. And so, yeah, I thought, what can I call him? First thing came to mind was Oink. I call him Oinky though. Okay, so yeah, this is another path. I've already walked Sasha and Kappa. Took them on a different path than the one I walked in my video last week, my fall walk video. And I hope today is like the last day of summer. It's been in the mid 70s, upper 70s in my neck of the woods. We've been 10 degrees above average. Yeah. You see the signs of fall though. Look at that beautiful sunset yellow. No, what is it called? Yeah, sunset yellow. And then you have cranberry and more yellow. Some trees don't look like they're going to turn at all, but they should. Fall is delayed in my neck of the woods. And look at the beautiful cranberry and yellow. It's just gorgeous. And the tips are green. So that tree still got some turning along with this one. I'm grateful for what it is. It's been warm. Yeah, but I think tomorrow, well, I can't trust any meteorologist. In my neck of the woods, the weather has been, or the predictions of weather, it's been off since it snowed 20 years ago. Whenever it was. I checked the forecast early last week, and Tuesday should have been the last day of the high temperatures, but I checked it a couple days ago, and Thursday, which is tomorrow, is supposed to be the last day. So anyway, I can't call it. The experts can't call it. It is what it is. It's going to be what it be. And what is that pink that I see? What is that? It's pretty. Let's check that out. That must be I think it's called Crepe Myrtle or Crepe Myrtle. My grandmother, she has those types of trees and they're so pretty. Oh, but it's pink. Pink in the fall. I gotta stop and get a picture. Ah, that's gorgeous. Oh, I don't recall seeing this tree. And it's going to turn because some of the leaves is cranberry and yellow. Oh, I think it is a crepe myrtle. It's gorgeous. Oh, and another one here. Okay. Perhaps I didn't pay attention. Ah. Okay, so I'll keep my eye out for this one. All right, but oh, look at over here. Look at over here. Look at over here. Look at this yellow. Gorgeous. It's beautiful. Ooh, oink. Look it. Oh, did you see that one falling? Play in the leaves, oink. Go play in the leaves. That's absolutely gorgeous. See, I would come back and just get a picture right here with this tree. Absolutely gorgeous. I was not trying to hit the stop button, but I did. Okay, let's get a picture. And oinky. I'll just get your head. Look, oink. Don't come close to me. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, so I hope it stays just like that. bright and beautiful. You guys have heard me say that I think it ought to be against the law. Oh, look at this big tree. Oh, I can't wait till the whole thing turns. But I think it ought to be against the law to rake up fall leaves. Yep, they should stay down. A lot of turning left for that one too. So some trees have turned, some trees haven't. Like these evergreens, they never turn. We know that. That's why they're called evergreens. Okay, this one is bare. You shouldn't be bare already. It's not wintertime yet, nowhere near in my neck of the woods. But it's beautiful. It's serene here. It's a beautiful place to walk, relax. At times when I feel stressed and I want to get out the house, but I walk anyway. I love to walk. I love to jog. But sometimes I do what I call prayer walks. I take a long walk and I pray as I walk. And I tell you, to be in nature, and I do consider this to be nature, though it's not the woods or the forest, it's nature in my neck of the woods. To be out here, to hear the birds and the squirrels, and to see this beauty while praying, oh my goodness, that's a different type of prayer. It's like taking a walk with God in the park to adore him for how he's beautified and landscaped this world that we live in. And this is not even pretty or beautiful when you think about other areas of the world that's just gorgeous and breathtaking. But this is beautiful to me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate what my neck of the woods have to offer. I appreciate having eyes to enjoy what I see, a nose to smell the scents, ears to hear, the ability to touch and taste. It's beautiful. And look, oh, that's so pretty. That is so pretty. Now, many of you guys live in the Midwest and other areas where fall is just where I dream to be. And I don't recall the viewer's name, but she actually put up pictures of fall in her neck of the woods. And I love those pictures. Okay, a lot of turning to do there. If any of you guys can, if you can film or take pictures of your neck of the woods and share them, that would be most awesome. I love this. I do. My mind takes me places my feet will never go. I have a very active mind and imagination. But that's what being out here in nature does for me. So I wanted to jog with Oink. I normally jog with him, but I wasn't feeling too well, so I didn't want to push it. We are approaching one tunnel. There's 2 tunnels on this particular trail. And I like the tunnels. Of course, when I'm with the kids, we scream and we make all those sounds to get the echo sound. And there's a little free library. I just love that. I'm not going to look in it today. But you can walk, of course, on the trail. I don't see a lot of kids with scooters on the trail. But of course, you can ride your bike. And I don't see a lot of people with skates. But different types of bikes, definitely. And the go-karts, too. I've seen a little bit of that. Oh, look at this tree. Look at this tree right here. The yellow, I just love it. I'm already grieving, anticipating fall being over. I love fall so much. Oh, this one is turning yellow too. I need to just live in the moment, right? But I'm trying to soak and take it all in. I wait all year for fall. And man, I'm going to miss it when it's over. I have about at least 10 Hallmark fall movies still on my DVR, my DVRD. Ah, there's a biker right there. Oink, he normally lets me know. Oh, there's another one. Because Oink, he's scared. He's scared of anybody on a bike, a baby stroller, anything motorized, a wheelchair. He's just naturally scary in general. Anybody walk by, he stops. He gets really close to me. So he's my alert dog. Okay, I can feel the coolness of going under this tunnel. You know what? Maybe I'll try to hit a note if there's nobody coming or going. I love it. Oh, wow, the temperature decreases at least 10 degrees. Okay, Oink, you ready? You want to bark? Hear the echo? He's looking at me like, you are one crazy lady. You didn't like that note, Oink? You didn't like it? I'm sorry, Oink. I'm sorry. Okay. We are exiting the tunnel. So what do you guys have planned for Thanksgiving? I'm debating if I want to go out of town and spend it with some aunts, paternal aunts, or do I want to stay home? I don't know. But I love Thanksgiving time. I love the cooking experience. I think about my mom because I only remember her cooking one thing, though she made the whole Thanksgiving dinner, but I make my dressing the way that she made hers. And I just love the whole cooking experience. It takes a whole day or 2 days to get all the cooking, all the baking done. The last several years, I've started early, like maybe over the weekend before Thanksgiving, I would make my dressing broth because that's an all-day experience, and freeze it. A couple days before, do my mac and cheese, do the pies. So I get a head start. And while I'm cooking, the last several years, I've played one of my favorite Christmas albums. And I don't know the name of it, but you guys all know Amy Grant. It's her Christmas album. Maybe four years ago, I think I found it at a thrift store. And I thought, well, let me get it. And I played that album, and I love it. So every year, while I'm cooking Thanksgiving, I like to play that album. Oh, there's another yellow tree, you guys. Oh, and look at this one. It's almost bare. You shouldn't be bare. Oh, the color of the leaves are so pretty when they're still on the tree. But once they hit the ground, at least these trees over here, not all of them, but once they hit the ground, they dry up and they turn brown. Oh. Love the yellow. Love this one. I don't know the names of these trees. This one looks like a fern leaf. Oh, so yeah, we might just stay in town. We'll see. Oh, you guys. So I baked bread 3-4 days ago. Every day I keep saying I'm going to bake more. But I baked bread. I started a second batch of homemade vanilla. I did. But it's going to be about a year before I use either batch. I have 2 batches. I need to purchase more vodka so I could start a 3rd batch. And what else? I got some sourdough starter. It's about 3 weeks old and it smells really good. Let's see, what else? I want to make Christmas baskets. Not too many, maybe 2 or 3 Christmas baskets this year. And I want a loaf of homemade bread, a mason jar with the gingham fabric and all that of homemade jam or jelly or something like that. If I knew how to make cheese, which making cheese, it's on my to-do list. I have to make some homemade cheese, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So I want to have some cheese in the basket, some crackers, perhaps gingerbread cookies, or another type of cookie or a muffin, and something else in mason jars. And I'm going to use different size mason jars, like a small jar of nuts, maybe a small jar of hot cocoa. So I basically want a mason jar basket. So we'll see. That's on my to-do list. Oh, and perhaps have a homemade candied apple in it. Yeah, so I want to do that. Maybe for a neighbor, do one for a neighbor and then do one for a family friend. So we'll see. Oh, there's a cat, and oink. You see the cat? Oink, you better not. You better not, oink. You better not. Oh, here's another yellow tree. Actually, it's a trio of trees. No oink. Oh, okay. Thank you, cat, for zooming off. Alrighty, so shortly we shall approach another tunnel. So I got a new book in the mail today. If you guys don't know it, Whitney Houston is my all-time favorite singer. When she came out in 1985, that's when I knew I could sing. I don't recall ever singing before 1985, but let me tell you, when she came out, and anybody who knows me back then and know me now, I'm like the biggest Whitney Houston fan of all times. And then when Mariah Carey came out, she became my favorite as well. So Whitney and Mariah, I love them. So the book I got in the mail today is a book written by one of Whitney's best friends, probably her closest friend in life, named Robyn Crawford. And anyway, I remember hearing about Robyn Crawford back in the 80s and back in the 90s. Back then, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have, of course, Instagram and all that. If we wanted information about the celebrities we liked, we got it from the newspaper, the radio. What else? Oh yeah, the news. So back then, superstars were like real superstars. Okay, this is a long tunnel. Ooh, it's not as cold as the other tunnel. And no, I'm not going to hit any notes. But anyway, I got the book. I haven't started to read it yet. I did see, I think it was Dateline the other day. They interviewed Robyn Crawford, and Wendy Williams had her on yesterday. And I think I saw something else. So I've been reading or hearing people say that Robyn is wrong. Robyn betrayed Whitney. She's coming out with this basically tell-all book to make money, and she's not a true friend. But I have a different opinion on that, being like a super fan of Whitney Houston. Even my husband, we watched the Dateline or 2020, whichever show had Robyn Crawford on the other day. When my husband first saw it, he was like, oh, I can't believe she's talking about Whitney Houston, and she's disclosing what she's disclosing about her. I was like, not me. And I have several reasons why I support what she's doing. I understand what she's doing, and I don't think she's wrong about it. In no particular order. One reason being, I used to think that she had a confidentiality agreement. The reason why she never spoke about her relationship with Whitney all these years. I thought it was because she had that agreement and she was bound by law not to ever speak about her. But I was obviously wrong. To my knowledge, she never had a confidentiality agreement. Now, I can't say that for sure, but I'm assuming that she didn't, because now she's come out with this book. And I don't know, once someone dies, if that makes a confidentiality agreement null and void. I don't know that. But I'm assuming that she didn't have one now that she's come out with this book. I think she has proven her fidelity and her respect and her love for the friendship they had by never speaking out, not just about Whitney, but not about anybody in Whitney's life. She waited all these years. I think Whitney has been gone for 7-8 years, and she waited all these years before she ever said a word. So she's proven that she was a good friend to Whitney Houston, number one. Number two, she got a right to share her story. It's her life. And I don't think, because she's proven that she was loyal to Whitney, I don't believe it's her intention to be malicious, to try to make Whitney look bad. I don't think it's her intent to try to make money. Because once again, she's proven that she's loyal. So I can trust her intention, and I could trust that what she will share in her book, or what she shared in her book, comes from a pure place. But she got a right to share her story. It's her life. Just yapping away and look at my screen, and I'm not even recording. I ran out of memory. Okay, so I'm making my ascension. Well, I've made it back up this hill. Okay, so now I gotta say all this again. I'm just gonna start over with my 3 reasons why I actually support Robyn in writing this book, being a super fan of Whitney Houston. Number 1, Robyn has kept quiet all these years. When I say all these years, I mean when she was an active friend of Whitney Houston, when she was no longer an active friend, when Whitney married Bobby, and even after her death. Whitney's been gone, what, 7, 8 years? I used to think that Robyn had a confidentiality agreement, and that's the reason why she never spoke. I don't think she did. Though I never heard her address that, I don't think she had a confidentiality agreement. I believe she remained silent because she actually cared for Whitney and cared for the people in Whitney's life, like her mother, Whitney's daughter, of course. So I believe that Robyn she's proven her fidelity, unlike other people in Whitney's life. And because she remained loyal by not speaking, I can trust what she says in this book. I don't believe she's necessarily trying. She wrote this book so she can make money. I believe it's coming from a pure place, an honest place. So I support her in sharing her story. Number two, she got a right to share her story. Even if she wasn't, look at that, so beautiful, right? Even if she wasn't loyal to Whitney, though once again, I believe she's proven her loyalty to her, she got a right to share her story, whatever that is. I'm once again happy that she didn't do it for the wrong motive and with the wrong intentions, but it's her story. Number three, I don't think she can say anything that's going to change the way any of us feel about Whitney Houston. I don't think there's anything that she can say that'll make me feel or make Whitney's image more than how we perceive it to be, more or less. For instance, Whitney Houston, to me, when I think of her, I will always remember that voice. If God touched, literally, physically, touched anybody's tongue, anybody's voice, anybody's throat in the world, he definitely touched hers. She was gifted. Don't describe the way I feel about that voice. She's called the voice for a reason. I don't think we will ever have another Whitney Houston. We can have a lot of other singers, but not a Whitney Houston. Not even once in a lifetime. Once in a world's time. I believe she's that gifted. And when I think of her, I don't think about her fall from grace. I don't think about the drug use. I think about the Whitney I grew up with in the 80s and the 90s. Right? That's what I think about. Being a super fan, I had a karaoke. Before I had a karaoke, I was singing Whitney. And when Mariah came along, it was Whitney and Mariah. Everybody who knew me, and the mama too, their mama too, knew I loved some Whitney Houston. And that will always be part of my history, my adolescence. And nobody, and not even Whitney herself, could ever take that from me. No one can change how I view her. I see the girl. I see that innocent part of her life. Unfortunately, her life played out in front of the world, and we all saw it. So there's nothing that Robyn, in my opinion, can disclose that's going to make me feel less about Whitney, because we've seen it all play out. I mean, when I first came to realize she was on drugs, and I saw it for myself, I mean, when it was obvious, that was shocking. But we continued to see her fall from grace. And maybe I just became desensitized, immune to it. But there's nothing that can be revealed that can replace the shock of seeing my idol, my superstar, fall from grace. I mean, it put into perspective that we're all human. Those that we grew up idolizing, and back then we had real supermodels and superstars because they were untouchable. Today, the kids got the internet. They could just go to their favorite singer's Instagram page and hear from them. We didn't have it. We had to catch the 8 o'clock Grammy Award show at 8 o'clock. You were lucky if you had a VCR to record it. But if we missed it at 8 o'clock on channel 30, 24, whatever, we missed it. It was no internet, no YouTube to go look it up. So back then, our superstars, they were really superstars. I mean, we idolized them growing up. But when I think of Whitney, that's definitely what I remember. So Robyn can't say anything, in my opinion, that's going to tarnish her. Their relationship, their physical relationship, well, there was always rumors of that. And for the fact that she admitted now, it stung me, but it wasn't shocking. Once again, all these years, Robyn had remained quiet. It was only speculation. But I felt it was real, especially after seeing interviews by Bobby Brown and Whitney's own mom and Whitney's family. I think it was just obvious that they did have a relationship at one time. I'm back under this tunnel where it's at least 10 degrees cooler, if not more. Maybe it's the trees. I think it's more than just the trees. You know how you can, it can be hot outside, but if you walk past sprinklers, the temperature just drops. Or if you're driving and it's hot, but if you drive past an orchard that has sprinklers, you can feel that wave of cool air. That's how it feels right here. Now it's about 20 degrees cooler. It's nice in here. But anyway, you guys, as a Whitney Houston superfan, I support this book. And you know, by the way, in my downstairs bathroom, I have one book in there, and it's a book of Whitney Houston. I love it. But so I had to get the book because anybody can write a book about anybody, right? But once again, I trust Robyn. I trust what she has to say. And I'm curious, not about the drug use, what a lot of people want to know, because, you know, we got itchy ears as people. We want to know other people's business. I don't care to know any of that, any of the salacious stuff. I want to know things like if I had the chance to interview Whitney, or if I could go back in time and watch her life play out like on a movie screen. The type of things I would want to know is, like, I don't know, right before she made that transition from being a normal person to a superstar, what was life like? Even when she became a superstar initially, did she still go to the mall by herself? Did you guys see those leaves falling? It was so pretty. It's raining fall leaves. Yeah. Did she still eat at McDonald's? Did she go through the drive-thru herself? Or was she surrounded by security guards? Did she do the things that young girls her age still did? And even before she became a superstar, she was modeling. Like, what was high school like for her? I don't know if I've ever heard heard any of her high school friends speaking out about everyday life. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear about. The stuff that we do every single day. Because once again, she was a normal person before she became this superstar. And those are the things I want to read. To be honest, I don't care to read about their physical relationship. I don't care to read about the drug use. I don't care. I just want the everyday. What made her human? What made her like me? What made her like you? You know, did she sing in the front of the mirror like I did with a brush? Was she singing throughout the house? Did neighbors tell her they could hear her singing across the street like they did my sister and I? You know, I want to hear that type of stuff. So anyway, I don't know when I'm going to start this book. I think I want to start it when it gets colder, because I want it to be that good book I curl up in bed with. And I don't want to read it too fast either. But yeah, so I got that book. I'll start it soon. We'll see. I think we're going to have salad again tonight. For the last 2 nights, we've had salad for dinner. Salad is one of my favorite foods. And if you never had salad for dinner, you're missing out. You are missing out. Yeah, my dietary intake has not been good the last couple weeks. I don't think I've eaten so bad in so long. I'll just say that. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I ate more fast food. I don't normally do a lot of fast food and do it like in 1 week or 2 weeks. But the last couple weeks has been bad. So I got to get back on track. And yeah, eat my salads, eat my fruits. Okay. I haven't used my slow cooker in a couple weeks. That's because it's been hot. I want it to get cold enough so I can, and I still could make my stews and soups, but I like to do that when it gets colder. So perhaps this weekend I'll make a pot of something. I don't know, because nothing smells better than waking up. Actually, nothing smells better than having a pot of good old warmth waking you up. About 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when I began to smell the food all the way upstairs. And I just remember too, I haven't did this in a long time, but I can set my bread machine to start baking bread at a certain time. And I remember when the smell of fresh bread used to wake me up. Oh, nothing smells better, you guys. Nothing smells better. I need to go to Ross or TJ Maxx or Home Goods. Those type of stores, they sell, oh, you guys, did you catch those leaves falling right there? They sell the baking emulsions and extracts and different types of spices. Well, I need to stock up on some things. So I need to hit up one of those stores. I do know Michael's and maybe Joann's too. They do sell some baking supplies. I need more coffee extract. And I love stores like Home Goods because they get in those things you can't find at your local supermarket. So that's cool. Can you guys tell it's getting darker? Oh, okay. When I get home, I would have walked about 2 hours. I walked about 50 minutes with Sasha and Kappa. And this walk, it's going to be about an hour. And it feels really good. Thank you, Jesus. Well, you guys, I am going to go ahead and end this video. I can get on YouTube real fast and see what I've missed. If you guys have enjoyed this fall walk with me, why not like this video? Give me a big thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. And yeah, feel free to leave a comment about Whitney Houston. I know you guys all know who she is. About fall, about walking, about what you have planned for fall, what you're doing right now. Don't forget, if you have links to any videos or pictures of fall, do leave them in a comment below. All right, you guys, say bye, Oinky. Oinky, say bye. Want to thank you all for watching. As always, blessings.